Clean energy is the best way to go. I think it's necessary if we want a future that's more environmentally green and healthy. And I think clean energy is one of the major ways to do that. The urgency of the problem is lost, especially for older voters. Like, this isn't a problem we have to deal with right now. So then, like, the change just doesn't happen. And I think a lot needs to happen really quick. Otherwise, it's gonna suck. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Does Westchester East High School do anything besides cleaner energy? Like, for example, compost or like a community garden or anything like that that students can get involved in?
So East and our middle school Fugit are a joint building, and I know Fugit has a community garden that the students help with and the faculty help with, and a lot of that food is donated to community organizations as well as used in our food science classes. I know we have motion detectors in bathrooms. I'm going to say we don't have them for the classrooms. And I'm not really sure what else it does on the energy efficiency front or if they use LED bulbs or anything like that. We all need to take a vested effort in fighting climate change and pushing for clean energy because ultimately it decides our futures.
What do you already know about clean energy?
I know that it's come down a lot in price in the past several decades, and it's become a real viable competitor to fossil fuels in the marketplace. And it's still dealing with certain regulatory hurdles put up by, an industry that wasn't really set up to accommodate clean energy in the way it was traditional energy sources. We need to find a way to align the interests of utilities and regulatory boards to allow renewable energies to flourish in our marketplace. It's an obvious benefit in terms of reducing our carbon emissions and also our health costs. The Tri-State Energy Co-op in Colorado Rocky Mountain area, 70% of its energy is renewable energy, and they're doing it more cheaply than their alternative fossil fuel sources. So this is a viable path from a cost perspective too. The National Academy of Sciences in 2019 put out a report saying that the United States spends $886 billion in costs for people getting treated for air pollution in general, much of which is fossil fuels.
Right.
So renewable energy, that'd be amazing. And
Right. You're good.
100,000 people every year in this country die from air pollution. That's the same number of people as die in car crashes in this country every year.
I am in the Accelerated Master's Program of Community Nutrition at Westchester University. I'm an aspiring registered dietitian. I'm a chef for a local brand new catering company, an activist with the Westchester Green Team. I work for Westchester University on an intern basis as like a garden programs coordinator for them. Clean energy to me means fair. So from my perspective, clean energy is local and promotes local communities, and we're using everything that we have in a sustainable fashion. I believe that it will actually stimulate the economy and realign our values. So I think by switching to clean energy, we're doing just good overall. We're focusing on better business prospects. It's an incredibly opportunistic field because I think it's fair to communities. I think it saves money. Obviously, it is saving the planet. That goes without saying.
Looking at it, it creates so many jobs. It saves so much money, and it's hard to bring politics into it when they're from all sides.
I think that evens the playing field and eliminates bipartisan views, and I think that we need to deliver the message in the most unified way.
That's right. It's absolutely must be a nonpartisan thing.
In Pennsylvania, most of the energy that we use comes from coal or natural gas. So we're not really a state that uses many renewable alternatives. At this point, we haven't really made that many big steps. Even though we've committed to making big steps, it hasn't really happened yet. Personally, I'm kind of unsure about where my school receives its power. I haven't had the chance to email or ask. It's not like they're just oblivious to what's going on. You know what I mean? I think that they do care. However, I'm not really sure where they get their energy. So I think that they are very well aware of this entire climate crisis, and they help educate their students about that. So as far as enabling clean energy, I'm not really sure how much they're doing like actively, but as in teaching their students, I think that they have a good basis of starting an affinity for this kind of stuff. So I live in a pretty big house. I have 3 younger siblings, and so we're always using energy, which is very unfortunate. But because there's so many people, I feel like it kind of opens my eyes to like how much we really use. I try to like make sure all the TVs are off, keep like that kind of stuff under control, because I have like there's young kids living in the house, so it's hard for them to comprehend that maybe I shouldn't keep this light on, or. But as far as using renewables, I've talked to my family and like we've discussed getting solar panels. I'm not really sure logistically if that would happen anytime soon, but it's something we're interested in. It starts locally. And if we as a community start to take steps towards supporting people who are for alternative energy sources or renewable energy sources, then we can start seeing a change in the ways that our money is going to.